All right, so we took off our shoes. We are
Right.
now comfy boys.
We're now very comfy boys.
So, you wanna roll it in, sir?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what are we rocking at? Episode 5?
It's going to be 5 or 6.
5, whatever. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dual.
Welcome to Dual.
I'm Trey.
I'm Jordan. Here is our enlightening
And
conversation.
here's the Dual.
The Dual. Here's the Dual.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
one day sponsored by Dual. I can actually talk to Makerspace and be like, hey, we have a
Yes,
podcast
sir.
called Dual, and we want to be sponsored by Dual because it'd be nice to get free
that
power tools.
Oh, dude, seriously.
It'd be so nice to get free power
That'd
tools.
be very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to...
Workspace. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's like Makerspace, Workspace.
Yeah,
the word
no.
space. Okay. But yeah.
Thank you to Space.
Thank you to Space.
For just,
Just
being our
being
general
space.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you as always to Workspace for giving us the studio, the recording studio to
it's
do our
pretty sick.
thing.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Hmm?
And,
But yeah, go for
yeah,
it.
so
So you
what's
want to
going on? How's
Exactly.
life?
You want to ask the inaugural
Yeah.
question? How
Like,
was the past week?
to get the ball rolling as
Yeah.
usual. Yeah. So yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh, dude, stressed about money.
Mhm.
As it seems like
Yeah.
is just like the general thing. As my shoes are crisscrossed here, I'm like, shit. My heart's a little bit crisscrossed because
So
I don't
you're
have a
like
lot of-
crisscross, like the.
I'm like crisscross.
like the.
Is that a
the
wrestler?
group?
Oh no.
The-
Oh sorry.
You never listen to Chris.
I've never listened to
Alright, I gotta
crisscross.
put you on.
Please do. But yeah, stress about money because like I want to find different avenues to try to sell my work. I'm thinking about Etsy, Facebook Marketplace. My friend recommended Let Go and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like I built the bass booster chair, I built the bass booster seat, and I'm like, this is fucking cool. It would sell pretty well. And like if like I was talking with this girl, and she was like, if it was anywhere else besides Connecticut, no hate or disrespect to Connecticut, but like this would sell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, in this constant scenario. But I will tell you this, and this is kind of where I want to start us on. There was a talk. I was on TikTok last night, and there was this talk about
Talk on the TikTok.
a talk on TikTok, where a dude was like, I forget who it was. There was a dude who did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Being John Malkovich. Whoever that director is.
Yeah, forgot.
I can look it up, but it would take too long.
Fantastic movie, by the way.
Oh my god, dude. Fucking 10 out of 10. So that dude essentially had a talk that basically, I'm butchering this and boiling it down, but essentially like the general quote of be yourself because everybody else is taken. They want us to make art, but they want us to make art to sell essentially.
Yeah.
When honestly, if you make art that is like a piece of your soul, that an art that represents you in some way, then it's not necessarily gonna sell. Well, I'm not trying to say it's not gonna sell, but actually, wait, hold on, because it's actually important. I saved it. So if you could, what is it? It's not vet. What's the word? Vamp, for 20 seconds while I pull this shit up.
The Vamp?
Vamp. So it's like talk about stuff.
Well, I
for, like,
guess
2
to
seconds.
kind of, maybe to somewhat respond to like what you just said.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I got it.
No, yeah, let me get the full context.
Charlie
and I'll do my
Kaufman.
shit. Oh, okay.
Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah.
All right. Forgive the horrible
Someone
audio,
not yet born.
but
Tell someone out there who is lost, someone not yet born, someone who won't be born for 500 years. Your writing will be a record of your time. It can't help but be. But more importantly, if you're honest about who you are, you'll help that person be less lonely in their world. Because that person will recognize him or herself in you. And that will give them hope. And it's done so for me. And I have to keep rediscovering it. Its profound importance in my life. Give that to the world, rather than selling something to the world. Don't allow yourself to be tricked into thinking that the way things are is the way the world must work, and that in the end, selling is what everyone must do. Try not to. This is from E.E. Cummings. To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best night and day to make you everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. The world needs you. It doesn't need you at a party having read a book about how to appear smart at parties. These books exist, and they're tempting. But resist falling into that trap. The world needs you at the party, starting real conversations, saying, I don't know, being kind. Do you? It isn't easy, but it's essential. It's not easy because there's a lot in the way. In many cases, a major obstacle is your deeply seated belief that you is not interesting. And since convincing yourself that you are interesting is probably not going to happen, take it off the table. Agree. Perhaps I'm not interesting, but I am the only thing I have to offer, and I want to offer something. And by offering myself in a true way, I am doing a great service to the world, because it is rare and it will help.
All right. So that was the long and short, but the very kind of weirdly long. That was the talk that I listened to on TikTok last night, and it kind of changed. As much as I want to enforce it onto myself, but enforce isn't a good word. As much as I want it to marinate within myself, I like a great example was the amp chair. So to go on a mild tangent, the amp chair. I was trying to build it for someone else. I wasn't trying to build it for me, and therefore, I was battling it the entire time compared to just building it for myself, and if it sells, it sells. But doing it for someone else is never a good thing. Or it can be a good thing, but it's not the thing that's going to really enrich you. It's going to enrich whoever you're trying to build it for or make it for. So, with that talk, what you got?
That just speaks on. Well, let me ask you this: Are you being authentic to yourself?
I'm trying to be more, because I'm realizing that the jank aesthetic, as we call it, and everything like that, or like when we used to make T-shirts, the distressed look, the kind of halfway built, halfway done, nothing is perfect as this table or as this thing or as this thing.
Yeah.
The real human hand behind it. I'm trying to find a comfortable balance where I could say, okay, this work is complete, but it's complete to my standards, and I'm trying to find a balance within my standards of, okay, this is acceptable. But it's also, because like my stuff is very quick when I make it, so it's very acceptable. But it's also very like, I'm trying to find the aesthetic point of my work when it comes to stuff, if that kind of makes sense. And I could go on, but I kind of want to hear what you got to say.
Because like that, listening to that, like that just speaks, because like he's literally just speaking on like just authenticity. Yeah. Where it's just like, and authenticity is not something that you would want to commodify or something that should be commodified. But it's like we do it because we live in a stupid ass capitalist bullshit society, where everything has to be a commodity, everything has to be sold, everything has to be like you have to turn profit. Yeah. Where art, or at least like when it comes to artists, like us as artists, it's like that's also kind of like the internal struggle, or like that duality we have, where it's just like we want to make work for us, but it's like we also got to eat. Yeah, seriously. So it's like we almost have to like tiptoe that line between like making work because we want to, because it fulfills a certain part of us, certain part of our soul, certain part of our being, and then also trying to put a price tag on it too, just in the hopes that somebody will come around and just like buy it. Literally. So it's like, so I mean, that's just like you're literally speaking on just like the struggle that we all have as artists, like trying to make sense of this, and trying to make sense of like being what it means to be an artist, not only in 21st century but also just like in a capitalist world. So yeah. And it doesn't make sense, and it is absurd, and it's not a game that I want to necessarily play anymore. Same. Which is kind of funny because like I feel like I just started and I'm already just like fuck, I'm not playing this dumb shit.
This is too hard.
So that I mean, yeah, and it's like I get uncomfortable whenever people ask me, like whenever I tell them what I do or I show them my artwork, the almost all the time it's always the immediate question is, how much are you selling it for? And I'm gonna be completely honest. I take offense to that.
Go for it.
Whenever somebody does that, because, which is gonna sound weird to some people, but let me explain. Because to me, that just shows that like you don't care like what the work is, like what the work says, or like what it's doing for you, or it's like you immediately want to be like, and like I understand. Don't get me wrong. Like I understand like wanting to show support and financially, and just being like, I would love this, and I want to buy it, and I want to claim ownership of it, which is awesome. I'm not like shitting on that.
Yes.
And for me, it makes me a bit uncomfortable every time, like whenever I'm showing work, and I'm kind of like explaining my process, and I'm kind of like basically showing like
opening up yourself a little bit.
Exactly, because that's what the work is, or at least that's because my work is so personal, and it connects all these different ways, connects all these different things and themes in my life. So like whenever the next response, and when I'm done, whenever the next response is like, how much are you selling this for, I'm just immediately, it's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because like you clearly don't. To me, it's like a sign of like you clearly don't care enough to want to have
that conversation,
or even just connect with the work at all. So it's just like, so but I look at it differently, but and I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure some people are just like, what do you mean?
If anything, it's like very surface level. You're looking at it for basically like what is the monetary value of this compared to like what is the whole work behind it.
Yeah,
this is kind of cool. That's funny. I just discovered that there's a whole thing.
Yeah,
and it's funny. But yeah, like what is the you're looking at the frosting, not really going after.
Right. It's like you're only looking at the monetary value of it, which is fine, but understand that the work is not. I don't make work to sell.
Exactly.
Like I don't do it to sell it to people. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if people bought it.
Yeah,
like I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna turn that down.
Yeah.
But what I think people don't realize, and it's kind of funny because shout out Kamar Thomas, artist that I met and we're good friends. He actually broke it down.
What's up?
Because I met him like a couple of years ago, like had like a studio visit and stuff like that, and he actually broke it down where it might have been him or some other person, but it was one of the two. Either way, we had a discussion about like putting a value or a price tag on art, where it's just like, and I think he said something along the lines of like, you're not just buying the art, it's like you're not just selling the piece, it's like you're selling like something of you.
Exactly.
Where it's like,
your child in a way.
Yeah, where it's just like you're like the work is almost like a conduit, or like a
I like that.
Or maybe conduit's not the right word, but
but
like a vehicle for just you as a person, of how you view the world, how you express yourself, and how you make sense of all of like just reality.
You kind of alchemized and metamorphosized.
Thank you. That's better.
Into a physical form.
Way cooler way to put it.
Outside of yourself.
That's a way cooler way to put it.
You were the inception of that one, man. Yeah. That's a fucking beautiful statement.
So I can't remember if it was him or another artist, but like it was something along those lines, and it's like that always stuck with me because it's true.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit's ridiculous. Like, honestly, man, thinking about it like that, where I'm like, that actually brings new light to that talk and into kind of the dilemma that I personally am facing. Right. Like, where I'm like, this really is like a piece of myself that I'm choosing to show the world and show like a side of myself.
And hey, man, like if you want to sell that, like I don't think there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Yeah. In my opinion, but it's just for me, like
immediately off the top asking.
You have to earn it.
Fair enough.
I feel like you have to earn it. I feel like if you have to build a relationship with me first for me to even consider wanting to sell a piece.
Word.
Rather than just you coming up to me asking me
how much.
Right.
Here's the money. How much? Take it.
Because that makes me uncomfortable.
Feels like more like you're an object compared to like an actual
person. Kinda, yeah. Or just like you're just a commodity at that point.
There you go. Better way to say it. Yeah. Damn.
So that's always been kind of my relationship with that, and that's probably why I don't sell work, or at least not as frequently as most people do. But it's like that was never really the goal. So I'm not pressed about that.
I kind of like what you said, where it's like you're walking, at least for me, you're walking a very thin line, or a very not dangerous. You're walking on ice when it comes to how much you should sell for, what is the value of it, and still staying authentic to yourself.
Yeah. And the thing about pricing work too is this is actually something that another artist told me. Shout out Faustin, artist in New Haven. He makes dope work, by the way. I gotta show you stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But he broke it down even more, where he was just saying like when you price, because he was explaining to me how you price work, and it's like you have to put, not only do you have to figure out the value of the work itself, but also just value as you as a person as well as like an artist, and then that's how you create pricing for it.
Yeah.
So it's not just hours, materials, whatever size. It's also you.
Yep. How much you're worth.
How much you're worth. How much you think you're worth. And that's also part of the equation. So it's just like, so that definitely, I think hearing that definitely helped me to kind of to find a better relationship, or just like better feel more comfortable about like the kinds of pricings that I put on my work, where I'm just like, because that makes sense, because like, and I think who was it? Was it Warhol?
What you got?
It was somebody. It was a famous artist. No, it was Picasso.
Word.
It might have been Picasso. I'm probably gonna butcher this, by the way. So just
go for it.
Don't you can fact check me all you want, but it's like I'm pretty sure I got it. But we'll just say some famous artists. Most likely would have been Picasso, because I feel like he would do some shit like this.
Go for it.
Where he I think the story goes, it's like he had like a little post-it note and he did like a little funky drawing, and then he gave it to somebody on the street, and the person was just like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. How much you selling this for?" And I think it was like he said some absurd number. I'm just gonna say like $1 million. Yeah. And then the person obviously was just like, "Why are you pricing it so high for something, tiny little thing like this?"
Note,
And the artist's response was, "Well, it took me my whole life to make this."
That's
so
the
I'm just
point
like,
that's the point I wanted to get to.
That goes back to like the value, how you value art or place value on your work. It's like, it literally took you up to this point, your whole life, to make this one piece, because it's like all of your knowledge, experience, your being, everything into this one piece.
Into this.
Even if the piece itself doesn't reflect it directly, it still does. So that's why you price it like that. So I'm just like, that blew my mind when I first heard that. I'm just like, dude, that is so, yes, I get it. That makes sense.
Like literally, I wanted to make, because like I've been posting more of my work on TikTok, where I literally know that people have a very short attention span. So the only thing I've been posting is the start,
which I have a problem with, but that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah. So I literally just post the start, so like the raw materials, and then the end, the final product, because I don't want me having to set up a camera and then go for it, and then set up a camera and then have to go for it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, fuck it. You only have 10 seconds anyway. I'm gonna give you a hot 10 seconds.
Sure.
And I wanted to, because I was talking with Steven, a person who is at Makerspace, who loves both of our work, and probably us a lot.
Yeah.
He's
great. He's a cool
dude.
guy.
He knows how to gas a motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steven.
Yeah.
He knows how to gas a motherfucker up.
He knows how to hype people up.
Oh my god, the world's best artist hype man. He's like,
seriously,
your art. And I love having conversation with him. Anyway.
Yeah.
Besides, I was thinking about doing a thing that actually reflected that story that you just said.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I'm 25 now. It would be funny if I had a timer for the second I was born, which is like October 1st, 1996 at like 8:03 in the morning, to the point of me calculating it to finish.
Right the fuck now.
And then literally having a timer where it's like this many hours to make this one piece.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. And I'm sure there's an app or something like that exists, like how long from this point to this point.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. You can calculate it.
Yeah,
no problem.
but like literally, like that would be a really cool statement, because like I find, and it's a hard thing with my work, because people can look at my work and be like, dude, you made this like literally in like a few hours. Like you made like the bass chair technically over the course of 2 days, but probably over the course of like 3 full hours, and so to some people they'd be like, well, I could do that. Well, I could do this. It's like, dude.
But like, why does that matter? Like, why does it matter that like a piece?
Like literally,
why does it matter that
if
a piece if it takes like a minute to make, or like, it's like, I also have a problem with that that mindset where it's just like you have to suffer, or you have to toil in order to
years working on one piece, the blank canvas or whatever.
Sometimes some works just fall into place like that. Like I've had work like that plenty of times where it's just like, oh, I literally have to do boom, boom, boom. That's it, and it's done, and it's completed. It feels good, because you're like, oh, everything just fell into line, compared to like the bass chair or the first version of the bass chair, where I was like, oh god, I just want to end. I just want to take a sledgehammer to this fucking shit.
but then it turned out to be something beautiful, and
Yeah.
you helped me along the way with it. I never would have thought to put the thing on the thing.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out a way to put it under. You'd have to take a look at Rust Brush. It's pretty cool. At Trey's Art as well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
no, it's like I never. Yeah, it's like why? It's like why? It's like people are so obsessed with like time and how much time something took.
Yeah,
for you
because that
do
then
something
equates to the
because
dollar
it equates
value.
to the value
dollar
of it.
value. Yeah,
And it's like that's horseshit. It's like
It
not
is.
everything has to be like you suffered to like get this done like some sort of like mad scientist like toiling in his laboratory.
Like,
it's like no, it's like sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's not. It depends.
It literally depends.
It literally depends.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the exact like thing. It just, sometimes just happens.
Yeah, seriously.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like I always have an issue with that too.
But yeah, dude, I've been struggling with that, with this whole thing that we've been talking about. You know, where I'm like, people ask me like, how much do you sell this for? And I could be like $2 million, because in my mind I'm like, it's probably worth about $2 million if you knew all the. Hey, thank you, I
And that's
appreciate
valid.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
that's perfectly valid.
Yeah, and like, I love my work. I love producing the work. I love making it with my own hand, and like in both ways, both literally my hand, but also like my inner artist mind hand.
Sorry.
You're good. And it kind of sucks because I'm broke as shit all the goddamn time, and all I literally wanted to spend. It's not even like I'm spending my money on drugs. Probably not even alcohol. Like nothing.
Not anymore.
No, literally. But like yeah, like I'm not spending my money on anything besides maybe the occasional cup of coffee because I'm literally so goddamn tired.
Yeah.
Everything else is on like art supplies in my business. Like that's literally where all of the dollars are going to.
Yeah.
And I do believe in karma. I do believe in retribution. I do not really retribution. What's a better way to say it? I do believe that the karmic comeuppance or the karmic kickback.
Justice.
Justice.
There you go.
Better word to say. Sorry for the clip. Yeah, I totally just clipped the fucking.
You just destroyed everyone.
Wow. Yes, I definitely believe in justice in the realest sense. When it comes to like, I don't want to call it retribution, but like when it comes to getting yours,
I get what you
getting
mean.
your just desserts. Yeah. And I know that there will be a day where I can look back on moments like this and moments when I'm broke as shit and just be like, damn, I'm really glad I went through all that, because now I know if anything, it allows me to be more creative, more resourceful, and just fucking, at the very bare minimum, clever with my use of materials and how I do it. Because I feel like if I just won Lotto like the next day, also, are we good on time? Actually, let me double triple. Because I know I gotta be out of here by 3.
I think we're good, right?
Yeah, we got like 23 minutes.
Yeah,
okay, anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're so good. Yeah, we got about probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So, retribution, justice.
Yep.
Getting. I feel like the forge of the fire that I am sitting in right now of, oh God, I'm broke as shit. Oh God, how am I gonna pay for this bill? Oh God, how am I gonna pay for this bill? Oh God, how's this gonna happen? Like, how am I gonna make all this work? It is training literally my brain to work in different avenues. And I think where I left off was, if I won Lotto, I feel like it would just be too easy and I would get bored by the time I'm 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I would spend all my money on art supplies, or I would spend all my money on this, that, and the other thing, and have like this amass, like probably like just this like double the size of the room, just material, and not enough motivation or willpower to do it. It has been the great lesson of my life, and still is every single day, of learning to when to hold back the bullet, when to wait on it, basically just saying when to enact patience, and learning to be more patient. And that's kind of where I'm going to drop it right there. But yeah, like trying to figure out that entire system and staying authentic to myself, yet as seems to be the topic of this entire talk.
Authenticity.
But authenticity. And try the title will probably be something like artist authenticity and trying to make the bread at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I want to get paid more at my job.
Absolutely.
I want to do this and that. But I was literally having a conversation with my dad, like I think it was like yesterday, and he was like, it will never be enough. The amount of money you make will never be enough. You will always find a way to spend it on something. Like my family. Oh yeah.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
It's never. It really. It kind of is like it's never enough.
I remember a conversation that we had, I think, on this podcast, where I was like, back when I was making like $100 a week, I'm now making significantly more, but like, I still feel like I'm in the same place.
More money, more problems.
At the end of the
Literally.
goddamn day.
It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the most true statement. It's like,
seriously.
More money you got is like all of a sudden more problems.
More problems just
seem to
pile
pop up.
And it's just the karmic fucking balancing act. I don't think that there will ever be a point. I can make $2 billion a year, and fucking figure out how to float all of these other ventures and stuff like that,
Sure.
and invest more money into this kind of
Yeah.
shit, invest more money into that kind of shit. I don't feel like it will ever be enough because I think my dad said this as well. There will never be there. He said something along the lines of there will never be there when you're there. And to kind of backpedal that a little bit and rework it.
Hello. You're good.
Okay. Essentially, when you're walking down this long ass path,
Yeah.
and every single step you get a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger, but it's kind of like on an incline. So even though you get kind of stronger and stronger and stronger, and you say, when I pass that mountain peak, I will be there.
Yeah.
I think you already know what I'm trying to say, but like, essentially saying the journey is always forward, and there's places to rest, but there's never going to be a place where you truly stop.
Yeah.
Until you die.
And I think that's fine, just because I think we all have this sort of romanticized vision.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was what I was trying to figure out.
No,
this
good.
romanticized vision of just like you reach a point and it's like all of a sudden all your problems go away. All of a sudden like
that's
everything.
it.
You have like
get
the
to
fairy
metaphorically
tale
retire.
fairy tale ending, like everything. And it's just like sometimes the real world just doesn't work out like that.
It
and
really
that's
doesn't.
honestly okay.
Yeah.
Like you don't it's like we're conditioned by media to think that like you struggle, and then finally one day
you get your big break.
randomly out of the blue you get big breaks. And fortunate reality is that sometimes that doesn't happen. Like you get you get victories here and there, of course, like as long as like you stay positive, you stay motivated and stuff like that.
But it's always a battle.
But it is always a battle. Now I don't believe in necessarily looking at it as necessarily a bad thing. I just think that's just part of life, where it's just
in a way you are constantly sharpening your skill and your sword.
I don't think the work should ever stop.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It just evolves and changes.
It just changes. Yeah.
Literally.
So.
And that's the craziest part, man.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, shit. I know that till the day I die, I will be creating something. I know that till the day I die, I will be doing something.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever just gonna sit, smoke the metaphorical weed, and fucking just
wither away. Nah.
Nah, man. I'm always gonna be painting. My hands are always gonna be twitching or holding something or whatever. It's like, but like
I'm literally gonna be fucking Millie rocking until the very end. It's just like oh, we're good. Okay,
we're good.
cool.
Yep, keep
all
going.
Right. Deuces, everyone.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
about a Millie rock in the afterlife.
That's what I'm fucking saying, man. But what I hope and strive for, and I know that it's a possibility and it's somewhere planted in the future, but a place, and I told my dad this and he laughed, kinda. But I was like,
okay.
I want to get to a place, and this is the general meme that everybody kind of uses. I want to get to a place where I could go to Chipotle, order guac, and not feel bad about how much my bank is hurting. Like, that's the goal. I think that Van Neistat says to live like a good dentist, which is like, you have the house, you have this, you have that, you have kids, you have a pool, and you have a fucking Porsche if you really want it. But like, I think the point that I want to see myself at, the goal, the target that I'm trying to shoot for is, being able to not afford my art, being able to afford the process of making my art.
Yeah.
So to kind of say like, if I want to go out to Guitar Center to buy an amp because I want to build an amp chair or whatever, then I can do that.
Yeah.
Being able to, fund my own art, having the cycle just be able to be like this and not like this.
Well, I think to kind of ease your anxiety a little bit, it's like there are plenty of other artists that like, I mean, me especially too, is like we go through periods where it's just like, oh yeah, it's like I have money to be able to afford supplies, and then there's gonna be times where it's just like, I have to really think outside the box and figure stuff out. But it's like, that's what that's what grants are for. That's what sort of applying,
But then that is work.
But then that's also work too,
work.
and it's like there's a whole other stuff that goes along with it. So it's like, it's like it kind of sucks. It does suck.
It really sucks a lot.
It really sucks.
Yeah.
But it's like, there will be periods where it's just like, it's pretty. I mean, that goes back to like the actual process itself of like, sometimes things will be easier, and then there's some other times where it's just like, all right, I have to like really kind of hustle a little bit. So it's like,
Totally fair.
and then that goes back to like some artworks fall into place, or it's just like you make it like that.
Yeah, seriously.
And then there are other times where it's just that one piece where
It's
you're
just
never
sitting
satisfied
there.
with,
Yeah.
and you're always toiling at it. So it's like, I feel like that's like also a perfect metaphor of the artist's life as well.
It very is true.
Yeah.
And honestly, if that's the life that I signed up for, then fucking let's get after it.
Yeah, I was thinking yesterday actually, where I'm just like, I woke up in the morning and I was
feeling like P Diddy.
What?
Sorry, you woke up in the morning feeling like P Diddy.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm completely sorry to cut you.
Thank
off.
you. No,
I
you're good.
had
No,
to-
thanks.
I had to
Yeah,
go
no,
on.
I know you did.
All right. Anyway, go for
Okay.
it. Sorry
Yeah.
to lose your train of thought for like 2 seconds. But yeah.
God damn it, Jordan.
Woke up in the morning.
So I woke up in the morning,
Mhm.
and I was literally feeling like P Diddy.
Feeling
And
like P. Diddy.
you son of a bitch.
I
Now.
know.
So I was staring up at my ceiling,
Mhm.
just in bed, staring at the ceiling, and literally just had the thought of like. It was literally the thought of. How did I get here?
Damn.
Not in a bad.
Was it like the grand existential like?
No, just more just
like,
as
general.
More just general, just as an artist. Like,
Yeah.
how did I get here? It's just like, and I was thinking back to like all like, literally from school all the way up to like just now basically, and everything that's been happening, everything that's like going to happen in the near future.
Yeah.
Like future prospects, and I'm just like. It made me wonder again, not in a bad way, but just like one of those curious, like, my mind goes to like places sometimes where it's just like, I wonder if this is all just like fated or if it was like truly of my own volition.
I feel like it's a paradox of both.
That's kind of the answer I arrived at, where it's just like it's definitely both,
Yeah.
because there were certain, I guess, forks in the road where it's just like I could have went the other way, but
Yeah.
I actively chose to go where I ended up here right now, just as an artist. And I was just like, yeah, I don't regret it. I was like, it's like, if this is literally like the life I've chosen, then honestly, I'm kind of here for it, because if I was literally doing anything else, I would be fucking bored out of my mind.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here.
Like, I cannot
It's a very fair
be
point.
an accountant or a fucking like
Can't sit at a 9 to 5,
dude.
man.
If I ever get an office job,
I cannot see
like
you
cubicle,
I cannot
shoot
see
me.
you just doing this.
No, shoot me, dude.
No, not at all.
Shoot me, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would never work in corporate.
No, totally
never
cool.
do that shit.
Working up the ladder. I'm in this position now where I'm kind of working in a more corporate job, and I'm
Yeah.
like, at least I get to go outside. I get to travel around, so I'm not like sitting at my desk just filing whatever. I don't even know. What do you fucking? This is completely off topic. What do you fucking do for 9 hours a day, 8 hours a day, in a cubicle? I don't know, because I'm like, how much work? What work do they give you? Things that blow my mind. Anyway.
And it's not even work that's like fulfilling.
No,
Or
I
it's
feel like
just
it's just
like-
to pay the metaphorical bill so you can
Basically.
continue existing.
Yeah.
You know, it's continue to exist money compared to like,
Yeah.
and no hate to anybody who fucking, you got to do what you got to do, or if
Yeah.
it really is your passion, send it.
Dude,
Yeah.
just call
Get
us
after it.
Call us assholes if you want.
Literally.
In the comment section, if we
Literally.
offend you that much.
Literally. But
I
like,
probably won't care, but it's like you're more than welcome to do so.
yeah,
But
obviously
yeah,
not the vision for you.
Not to be a dick.
No. But like, obviously not the vision for you. Obviously not the vision for me.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't the plan for you. Obviously wasn't the plan for me. And I do like what you said, where it's like, it is just the artist. It is the. It's like you want to be artist.
Yeah.
Sign this paperwork. This is gonna be what's gonna happen. Like,
You know what's crazy?
What's
I literally just thought of this just now.
what you got?
Where it was like I was thinking back to like U-Heart,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how we have like the Arbach lectures.
Yeah.
I remember
The visiting artist.
Yeah, the visiting artists who
Yeah.
come give talks. There was
Yeah.
one guy who came in. I forgot his name, but he was an illustrator.
Word.
And literally, he, for like the full, however long the Arbach lecture goes, like hour, 2 hours, just giving us like his whole like trajectory and just like all the different jobs he did as an artist and just like where he is now. It was very engaging. Like his work was cool.
Hell yeah.
And it was stuff like that. And I'll never forget where, like, when it got to like sort of present day for him.
Yeah.
And I guess like he was mentioning how he was at another function, he was giving a talk, and then I think one of the students asked like why, what made you want to like do this basically. And then the answer was so perfect. He was literally just like, "'Cause I don't want a regular job."
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Exactly.
dude, it always
That's
goes
the
back to
fucking
that.
vision.
I
Like-
don't want to work a normal ass job.
I would rather have the chaos of the universe,
Seriously.
the uncertainty of a paintbrush,
Dude,
and all that
miss
shit.
me
than just-
with like working at Target, working at Stop and Shop, working at any other the regular people jobs. No, I'm not doing that. Because I'm not a regular person.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be.
You're not a regular person. None of us who do this shit are regular people.
No.
And that's the beauty of it.
It is.
And I'm just like, I'll never forget. It's because it's so simple and it's so true. I just don't want a regular ass job.
And you're like, dude, and you still remember this, which is funny. Like, you know,
it just came back to me where I'm just like, I was like, no, I don't want a job either.
I want to get to a place where I can just like play with bric-a-brac shit and just fucking make shit.
Yeah.
No, I totally feel.
I mean, granted, like I'm working, I'm working 2 jobs.
Hell yeah.
But it's like, it's stuff that I want to do. Like I'm working downstairs in the gallery.
Literally.
And
it's in line with your vision.
And I'm exactly. And I'm teaching painting. So it's like, it's in line with the vision.
Exactly.
But it's like if I were to work any other job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah. And I feel the same where I'm like, no, you're good. I feel like I just don't want to work a regular job.
Yeah, it's
I just
so
don't want to work a
perfect.
regular job. I fucking feel that because I feel like I'm kind of, and this is this topic that we also covered in previous episodes. Like,
sure.
My life path is kind of doing this a little bit again, where I have to make a choice between these 2 things, and they can coincide, but I'll be stressed.
Is it just the 2 choices?
There's a million 2 choices, but the biggest ones is how I get my paper and how I want to get my paper.
Well, let me ask you this: what's your third choice? Because there's a third choice.
I fuck with that. Let me think about that.
There's a third choice, and you don't even have to come up with an answer right now.
I know, but I'll think of.
But what's the third choice? Because there's always a third choice.
Well, let me at least speak it a little bit into existence.
Go for it.
So with the last, I think
how much
probably
time
have like 10 minutes. We have a little bit less than 10 minutes. We got about 5 minutes.
All right, we can
go over them.
Fucking no, we can Millie Rock to like the last 5 whatever.
I'm cool with that. I could export and do all that shit. Anyway,
let's hear it.
How I get my paper now, which is I work as a recovery sports specialist at CHR, and it's good. I'm good at it, but it's not the vision that I want. I can't see myself working up the ladder, et cetera, all those things. Then we have the artist vision, where I'm like, dude, I'm really getting into the groove. My artist block has gone away. I want to go full force into this and sell work. But like, I want to go full force into this and just fucking annihilate myself with all of the crazy ideas that are just spewing out of me.
Yes.
Third option.
What is it?
It would be
like I said, it doesn't have to be.
No, I know.
I'm just posing that for you.
But let's put a tack on the board. I think it would be to do it anyway, because I feel like the thing that I've been waiting for is the artist residency in New Haven. And I feel like,
don't get your hopes up too much.
I
know. I see you say that.
Fucking no, man.
Yeah.
Fucking no. I'm trying to put it out there like, please. And then, honestly, the idea is to do it regardless. To just do it fucking regardless. Move to New Haven regardless.
Yeah.
Like, essentially, like, just fucking ball out there regardless. Still do makerspace, but like, if anything, I feel like what I'm missing, because I feel like the chaos of my life, and you're kind of justifying it a little bit, where it's like, I chose this life, I chose the artist life, and it's naturally chaotic, so kind of go with it.
Fuck it, why not?
Ride with that rhythm.
Yeah.
So like, to literally like move down to New Haven, ball out there, get a job, it doesn't really matter where. Not really like, and that was a cool rhyme. As long as, I think that the thing is, I have to do my finances to see exactly how much money I need to have a month to pay for things.
Yep.
And like be very realistic with that. And then just start applying to fucking places, go hard in the paint, and like move to New Haven and fucking ball out there, because I feel like that's a better art scene, even Hartford to some extent.
Yeah.
You know, no hate towards it, but like.
No, Hartford's getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
But like still,
we need to be more collected, but we're getting there.
Totally. I have no idea what that was, but we're
Spirit?
still recording. Huh? Yeah. Spirit, yeah.
Spirit.
Anyway, I think that Hartford would be a pretty cool place too, but I feel like it's not as connected as New Haven is to some extent.
That's what I was getting at, yeah.
Yeah, no, as you said.
Yeah.
So I feel like regardless of it, in August, I'm going to be probably dipping to then.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of what happens, I have to plan for that accordingly, because like we said in the past podcast, you know, it is a matter of planning now, so when the time comes then, it's not as hard.
Yeah.
So I think it's a matter of cutting back and stuff like that and fucking focusing on.
But I would still consider, like, what is a potential third option?
That would be the third option.
Audience, what's his third option?
There
Devin,
you go.
what's his third option?
Fucking Amy, what's my third option?
Exactly, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what's good?
But yeah, no, I think that's literally it, man. I think that's the vision, where it's like,
yeah.
I need change. I seek change constantly,
mm-hmm.
and I need to make my pivot point. I need to really pivot into it, and I need to find a place. And I hope that God or the universe, whoever the fuck is out there, hire Jordan, hire Trey, whatever, will hire me. in a position or a place that like I could really excel at. Like I would even like to work at Next Haven. That would be pretty cool. Like kind of rock with the rhythm that you got going on. You know, work in a space that is conducive to art that will get me more into that network. Because personally, that's where I see my vision going more towards. Where I want to be an artist. I don't want to be a recovery support specialist as much. As much as I am good at it, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I want to create work for myself. You know. Anyway, last 2 cents, sir. We have 5 minutes.
What you got? Okay.
Yeah, what you got?
I think I could rock with 5 minutes. So
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, I think that we chose this life.
Yep.
But I find it fulfilling.
I find it fulfilling.
I find it very fulfilling, and it's like despite some of the bullshit that's been sort of going on back and forth, it's like I'm getting reminders, or I'm getting new special news, or special announcements, or like special opportunities that make it worthwhile, that just remind me that I'm doing my thing, and it's like I'm making strides.
Yeah.
It's just that I think as people we sometimes I want it now. Sometimes it's just like it's all based on timing, whatever the universe, God, whatever divine timing. And I just think that I just think it just requires patience.
Fair enough.
I think it requires patience, and I think it requires self-reflection, which you already do that regardless. But so I think it boils down to that, where just keep the faith. Yeah, something will come along.
Something will bust.
Like something I speaking intuitively right now, something is coming. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's I think it's pretty major, and I think you and I will both benefit greatly.
Fuck with that vision, and I could put definitely salt into that shit.
Yeah,
salt into that soup.
Yeah, or salt into those fries.
I like that even better.
Yeah,
we work well together. No, seriously.
Of course.
Yeah, we do, man. Yeah. All right, you want to end it there?
Sure, why not? We can end it there.
All right, word.
Unless something else you want to talk about real quick, or
with the 2 minutes we got left.
Because I got nothing.
No, it's all
kind
good.
of it.
It's all good. I'm gonna try to work more towards fulfilling my vision and acting with patience and a sound mind. And that was the last thing I had to do today. I had to get my medication. All right, cool. Good looks.
Awesome.
All right, take care, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Catch you next week. Be good.
Take off your shoes when you're talking to friends.
Be easy.
It's a respectful thing.
Be breezy.
Holy space.
Cover girl.
Yeah. Maybe Maybelline.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what their slogan is.
Yeah, maybe it's Maybelline.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I actually don't know. Easy breezy beautiful cover girl.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's easy. I remember because I used to watch fucking American.
Whoever's watching, or whoever's watching is Devin. Do you want to confirm it?
You want to confirm it?
Amy, do you want to confirm it?
Do you want to do a quick Google search?
Yeah, please, right now, and then just type it in the comments.
Type it in the comments.
If you still care enough to watch towards the end.
Yeah, exactly. We have some faithful viewers, man.
We really do. We appreciate you guys.
Shouts out to y'all, honestly. Let us know if you want us to start a Patreon or some shit, and then just some general ideas of what you would want from us. Probably art.
OnlyFans dropping soon.
OnlyFans dropping soon, homie.
Yeah.
OnlyFans dropping soon.